Look, tell a man no trouble. I don't want beef, man. I just want vibes.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Andre. Welcome back to another episode of Making Dollars and Cents with my guy, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Ron Cunningham. Ron, what it do, man?
Man, thank you for that intro. I don't deserve all that, man, but I'll take it. How you doing, Dre?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Grinding. We getting through the week, ain't we?
Back at it again. Back
Man.
at it again, brother.
Man, we pushing, man. Today, one of them episodes, man. Today, one of them long overdue episodes, man. With people that you've known for years, but you still getting to know as the time goes on. I had the opportunity to kind of like sit back and kind of peep my man who coming up next, man. Like, you know, I peep his movement. I see him online. You know, we got mutual homies. I was seeing him move around the town. You know what I'm saying? Because we grew up in the same area. Been seeing him move around town for years, man. But you know, we started building a relationship. You know what I'm saying? And like I'm like, I gotta get you on here, man.
That's what's up.
I got to, man. I give respect where respect is due.
That's what's up. Well, let's bring him on.
Hey, man. No further ado, man. I got my boy Bo Benett in the building today.
All right.
Bo Benett, what's going on, man? Welcome to
What's
the
good? What's good, baby?
What's the deal,
Listen, man. I gotta thank you guys. What you guys are doing here is phenomenal.
Thank you, brother.
Love it, a fan, and you know, I support everything about it. So it's more of a thank you guys for even, you know, considering me to come on here and talk to you guys. So I'm excited. I'm excited to dive in and you know, just get a chance to chop it up. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about.
Yeah, man. Look, I appreciate you, man.
Come on, man.
I appreciate the time, man.
About you, man. I'm excited. I'm excited.
I want to like I said, I give respect where respect is due. And I want to take it back. I want to take it back like 06, 07, right? Going to Selma High School. Like, you know, I was playing football, doing little things, right, man?
Way back.
And you know, you just around the town, man. And I would see Bo just around the town. Like, we didn't know each other personally. Bo, you probably a few years older than me.
Yeah.
But I would see Bo just at practice with his little bro, with Lil Terry Paxton, another one of my homies, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, you know, I ain't know neither one of them like that, but I would just see big bro and little bro. And I would see how Bo was real, like, yo, like, making sure that little bro was tight. You know, he was playing football. Mm-hmm. He'd be like, hey, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, again, just in crossing, right?
Yeah.
Just in crossing, you like. And I kept seeing him over and over again, same way I kept seeing his little bro pass over and over again. I'm like, man, you know. And again, we didn't know each other. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you give respect where respect is due. Like, big bro, he like, man, I'm going to make sure little bro is right. You know what I'm saying? So it was just it was just a respect thing. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, years went on. Like I said, we got mutual friends.
Yep.
And you know, I'm getting into the business world, and I'm seeing him again. Like, oh, man, he doing some of the same stuff I'm doing, from the real estate to the credit, understanding like finance and everything. Mm-hmm. So I was like, man, like, you know, we end up, like I said, building a relationship, and you know, I was like, man, I gotta connect more with him, because again, like when I'm that person when I see people doing something, especially that come from where I come from.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, like, you know, what's going on? Let's connect. I'm one of them guys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, but I want you to dive in, man.
Yeah.
Cause like I said, I've seen you from afar, and like I said, building a relationship with you. But I want the people to know, man, who exactly is Bo Benett?
Preach, brother.
Well, first off, thank you. You just took me back. Took me back right there. And it's crazy that you say that because, you know, again, it's crazy how time flies, because when you said that, you took me back to those moments which seemed like yesterday. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I mean, you know, me, born and raised in the Valley, like, you know, Pacoima to be exact, and I come from a single mom. I have probably like a very stereotypical story. You get what I'm saying? Single mom of 3. My pops was incarcerated pretty much most of my life. And to just kind of touch on what you were talking about, because of that, I took on certain roles very young. You get 'em, you know, my being, I'm the oldest boy.
Okay.
Yeah, you get. I'm the oldest boy. No, it's funny. I'm the oldest boy, but I have a sister that's older than me.
Okay.
But I had to kind of take on that man role very young, and it's funny because my family is a very tight knit family, and we're really small. It's only a few of us, so I took on that responsibility very early. And just because of my father and his situation, I had to mentally adjust to life adjust to life differently.
Right.
So it was certain things that I had to understand very early on and be aware of. And one of the things was I had to protect my own. My little brother, we 6 years apart. So my life as he started coming up was, if he had practice, I'm the coach.
Right.
It was that's what my life was like until he went off to college.
Wow.
Until he went off to college. Like,
wow,
I remember being 16 years old, and at that time I'm jumping the whip, and guess what? I'm driving him to practice, and I'm being the coach, and that's what it was. So when you go back to that, I remember those days.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Where he playing Pop Warner, and guess what? I got to coach, I got to be there, I got to make sure he right, because one of the things for me coming up was I didn't want him to have certain things that I went through because my father couldn't be there.
Right.
So I was like, I'm gonna make it so that that's not one of your excuses.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So, that's my best friend to this day. Yeah. He went from being my little brother to now my best friend, of us both being men. He's a father now. And it's funny, he came up with this. It's this joke that we all have, because he calls me Brad, brother/dad. So
I've never heard that one.
He called me Brad. That's what he called. He'd be like, Brad. I'm like, brother, dad. That's what it is. But yeah, man, that's to touch on that. That's how it came in, and that's what made me kind of take on that role very, very early on, and it prepared me for life though.
Yeah,
that's one thing it did. It prepared me for life.
Yeah,
for sure.
And like we always talk about like family legacy and stuff like that, man.
Yeah.
And I just think that even now, knowing both of y'all, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's that relationship that you wish like you had with, like, everybody wish they had with their brothers if you got a brother, right?
Right.
I'm not really close to my brothers like that, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, to see that, it's like, yo, like when you see one, you see the other, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, being younger, being like, yo, like, that's dope. I'm talking about every
dope.
time you seen Bo, you seen Pax, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you seen him, and it was like, yo, I'm the coach, I'm big bro, you know what I'm saying? And like, getting, as time went on, it's like, Pax be like, because again, if I'm a couple years younger than you, but I'm a couple years older than him, I'm like in the middle, so I'll be like at parties and see him running around. He was always the young dude at the parties and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So like a lot of my homies be like, man, little Terry from Pacoima, Terry and Bo, you know them,
That's how I go.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like if you from Pacoima, you from the 818, you can't say that you don't know Terry and Bo. You know what I'm saying? So it's two of those guys, man. But speaking of legacy, man, I know that legacy runs in your family.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? With your mom, again, you say your pops was incarcerated. You know what I'm saying? But your moms, I remember Pax was telling me, like, she was holding it down.
Oh yeah.
And again, like, me dealing with real estate and credit and stuff like that. Like, I was talking to him, and he was like, yo, like, my mom's really the one that kicked the real estate thing off in the family. You know what I'm saying? So I want to touch on that, just like with her getting into real estate and passing it down. You obviously being the oldest boy, so I know you kind of probably got it first and was like, took it and ran with it. Yep. We talk a lot about legacy and passing the torch, so I want to kind of touch on that a little bit.
Oh yeah, definitely. Big shout out to my mom. My mother just turned 60, man. And she looked like she 25 years old.
That's
so
right.
Big shouts out to mom.
One time for mom.
One time for her for sure. That's my superhero. And yeah, you know what? One thing I could say about my mom is that she really figured out how to show us how to just understand that there was no limitations. That's one thing I gotta give her. I gotta say it was never no limitations with her.
Props.
No. Oh, listen.
I love mothers. Man.
Listen.
Without mothers, where would we be?
Look, hands down. And she really figured out a way to kind of go. She knew what she knew. Mom's a hustler, understand how to go get it. So she was a great coach. Right? She was a great coach, great mentor, because she knew how to put you in a position where you could succeed.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So with the real estate, how she did was she understood that, okay, I'm going to put you in this position because I understand that if you understand this, we could go win. So what ended up happening is we had a extended family member who started dealing in real estate. She seen what it was, and she kind of knew how I was. I was a different kid. And what I mean by different kid, like I fell in the middle to where I was smart. I feel like smart and the cool kind of thing, and it was crazy because I could just pick up things like really, really fast. So what she did, she said, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put you in this position so you understand this game. So I went and started understanding the real estate game. I actually started off telemarketing, and it was for, like I said, extended families company, where it was like, yo, get on the phone, say this. Within 30 days, I could turn over calls so fast. And it was like, yo, how are you turning over these calls like this? I'm like, that's what you said do. So I figured it out. Right. So from there it went, all right, you turn over the call. Let me show you how to start closing the deal. You close the deal, I'm going to give you, I forget what the percentage was, but I got a hefty percentage of what the deal was.
Right. So what were y'all calling on exactly? Like,
I don't remember it. Bro, listen, I was 17 years old when we started this, bro. So that's almost 18 years ago. So it was some type of, it was basically like leads. Because you got to remember, this is in the prime of real estate. You talking about before 2008 crash. So you talking about where it was so easy to get money, the rules was different. And the people that I'm working with, they all hustlers too. So like anything, you gon' if we doing business and you see somebody that could get out here and work and grind, you gonna start giving the game. They start giving me the game. This how it worked. This how you close a deal. So when I start closing deals, it was like, cool. Then mom's being the hustler that she is, she like, well, I know everybody who want to get houses. So I'm going to go get them, and we going to make this a business. And look, I do this. I'm going to bring them here. You close the loan. Now we working. Then a lady takes on and goes, all right, I'm going to show you how to close the house plus close the loan. Rules was different back then, right? They changed them, but rules was different. So now,
both sides.
Now you can do. Remember, you could do both sides back then.
I still do.
You know, you're right.
I'm old school.
Listen, that's
I don't know no other way.
Listen, that's how it was. And it's funny that you talk about legacy. And now when I do get platforms to talk, and it's crazy because I'm a person that I just let you think what you think. You get what I'm saying? Because even though Moms was a hustler, anybody who understands who my father was, that's a hustling story in itself. So everybody's real perception of everything was, oh, it's really this legacy. Not understanding we was over here building something and just letting you think what you thought. That's on you. It don't matter to me. This is what I'm doing. So we started doing that, man, and just start turning it over, man. Like you said, old school back in the day. At 17, you know, when you do a house and a loan and things like that, it was so cool. Listen, the game was so cold back then that you could almost take the same $50,000 and get people 5 houses off if you understood what you was doing. Am I right?
Oh yeah.
Listen, so I knew the game and it would work. So that happened. So that's how we got into that game. We started building a real estate portfolio and things of that nature. And 2008 happens, and that's when life takes a big turn. For almost everybody. Life took a big turn, and it was one of the biggest lessons for us because that's when I started to understand that we know how to make money, we don't understand money.
Yeah, exactly.
That's when that happened because, bro, when I was a 21-year-old kid, I actually had to file bankruptcy because everything fell on my shoulders. The business, the everything was on me. Because again, we building a foundation. I was the head of the household technically, and this is how we did. So filing bankruptcy, you know, for the longest I was honestly embarrassed about it because I didn't know. You know, back then if you're not educated, you think you're an embarrassment, you're a failure. But it was actually the biggest blessing that happened because it made me go learn money, like to really understand money, to understand all the different aspects of money, to understand the credit, to understand how to structure business, to understand life insurance, to understand financial literacy in general. Right. You get what I'm saying? And that's literally what happened. And that's where, like I said, life took a turn for me and was like, all right, I know how to go get the money, but I got to go start understanding the money. You get what I'm saying? Because at that point, you like everybody, it was like, all right, everything going down, houses, you got to sell them, you got to get off of them, you got to get rid of them, you got to do all of that. And it's a life lesson. But like I said, that was the biggest blessing because now my goal is always to say, if I can put this information in front of somebody and stop somebody from having to go through what me and my family went through, I did my job.
Yeah, most definitely.
I did my job.
The word, man. That's what we do on the show every week, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Spreading the word, giving the knowledge out there, man.
Well, most definitely,
that's what it's about. And I mean, like, you know, so you transition from there, and I know that you started getting into like the insurance space.
Yeah.
You know, so kind of like touch on that a little bit, like jumping into insurance and,
Yeah.
and how you did that.
So jumping into insurance, I had a aunt on my father's side who they started working with this. It was actually like a network marketing, multi-level marketing company.
What was
But
the name of it?
it was called Census back then. It was called Census back then. It was an insurance company, but the insurance isn't even what actually got me like involved. She had me come to a seminar, and we walked in the seminar. It was the education that I'm going. For me, I was a kid that when I'm in school, you got me, but soon as school is over, I'm out. I'm checked out. So that's why I say I was different. So in school, I'm like, whatever I need to learn here, I'm good. But once I'm out. So when I got in there and I'm in the classroom, I'm like, all right, I'm focused. But they start teaching tax now, tax later, tax never. I'm like, okay. Then they start teaching about a 401k, how it actually works. It's catching my eye because I'm going, man, I hear everybody talk about these 401k and benefits, but nobody knows how they work.
Right.
So they start showing me how it actually works.
Right.
I'm like, okay. But then what really got me was the Rule of 72. Rule of 72, it took me over the top because I'm a numbers guy. Anybody that know me, I do numbers like this. They showed me the Rule of 72, and they showed me it was basic division that helps you understand either how much money is going to cost you, how much money is going to double, how your debt's going to work. And it was this simple equation. I'm going, well, why wouldn't you teach me this in school? Because that changes everything. When you taught me math and taught me I need to get to the next grade, if you would have simply taught me that this is why you need to understand division, because it's going to literally change your life. Because you're going to now, when you go get a car, when you go get a house, when you go get a credit card, whatever it is, you're going to understand how that debt doubles. Or when you get a bank account, you're going to understand how your money doubles.
That's right.
So that's what got me. And I'm like, yo, okay. It was
that's
dangerous.
the important shit.
Listen, it was dangerous.
They leave out.
Oh, no, of course. And
Education's the
listen,
key, man.
and then
Can't
they
forget
showed me how life insurance wasn't just this thing you pay for, but it was a way of building wealth. It was a way of making money tax-free legally. I know how to get the money tax-free illegally. But they was like, nah, there's a way you can legally go out here and get tax-free money.
Right.
And I'm like, wait a minute, what?
Right.
So now you got my attention.
Right.
So I want to go out here, and I'm like, I gotta start. I'm young. I'm 20, 22, 23 years old. I'm like, oh, I gotta get out here and start sharing it. Get out sharing it. So that's what got me into the space. And just kind of started leading me down the whole financial journey. And I just decided to get good at it. And what happened for me was, as I'm going through that space, when you think about the financial industry, it is suit and tie. But what I started to break down with it, I started to understand the mentality. I started to understand I started to understand why they did it the way that they do it. Because it creates intimidation in our neighborhood. Right?
Yeah.
Because ultimately, the guy in the suit and tie in our community, our neighborhoods, we have a defense mechanism up against that guy always. I don't care who it is. You naturally, even if you don't say it, your wall goes up. Right? So guess what? You're not even going to really, you'll listen to him, but you still going to have that wall up.
Yeah. And that's something that I think about all the time, which is another reason why like we so relaxed with business, right? In the way that we dress, and you know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't about always putting on a suit and tie. It's like, it's great. It looks good. You should be presentable in some occasions. But I think within our culture, it's a turnoff in a sense, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because people go, it's the corny guy, right? And it's like, it's not, but it's just, that's the connotation. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's one of them things on like when people see you throwing it, he looked just like me. Because that's really one of the things that got me into finance. I seen a guy do Jay Morrison out of Atlanta. Like, he was talking about real estate and credit. But I'm like, this dude looked just like me. He got the chain, he got the watch,
Right.
he t-shirt, jeans.
I can relate.
Dude was fly.
Yeah.
But he was popping that shit. He was like, yo, like, real estate credit is where it's at.
Yeah.
I gravitate towards it as opposed to like the guy in the suit. You don't always gravitate towards that dude.
Not natural.
You know what I'm saying? When you think about it, you look at the ball player, you coming from the hood, what you looking? You looking cat who play ball, cat who sell. He looked just like you. He looked flyer with the chain and the watch on as opposed to with the suit on. It's just what it is. So
It's our
you know,
culture. It's part of the culture.
It's part of it. It's part of
Part
it.
of the culture. Yeah, I stopped wearing ties years ago.
Right.
And I noticed it was less intimidating. I would find myself in neighborhoods that were not so desirable. And if I was gonna go knock on the door or talk to a homeowner, especially if they were losing a house,
Yeah.
they didn't want to talk to some stuffy neck suit and tie guy. They want to talk to somebody that looks like they could relate. I'd be like, come on out, let's talk, let's take a walk, let's run down to Starbucks, let's just have a conversation about what we can do to get you back on your feet and out of the situation. Come with the suit and tie, they used to seeing that someone's trying to sell you on something or trick you out of your property. So what you're saying has a lot of relevancy.
Oh yeah.
Especially in the lower neighborhoods. So
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And when I seen the information, I'm like, this is the people that need it. Cause I'll never forget. I'm gonna go back again. Y'all remember Cribs?
yeah,
Okay, so
MTV.
MTV Cribs. So as I'm starting to learn this information, it's late at night one night and Cribs come on. I'll never forget this. They show you the ballers, they show you the athletes, the entertainers, all that. So it's this one episode, they like, we're gonna show you the mega ballers. Mega ballers, all right. So I'm kind of like, okay, I'm gonna attention. So they start showing private jets, islands, these yachts that's crazy. It was hedge fund managers, stockbrokers. It was all these, and they made ball players look broke.
Yeah.
I went like this.
They were paying ball
I
players.
said, listen, I said, oh, I'm going the right way.
Yeah.
I said, this is what I need to do. So this is what, now I'm putting it all together.
Yeah.
I love the education. I love, this is it.
Yeah.
Then what happens is, as I'm diving in and I'm going, because it was originally go be a financial advisor. What I started to realize, again, breaking it down and understanding who I'm trying to serve. I go, financial advising ain't for my community.
Right.
99% of our community don't even meet the criteria for a financial advisor to call you.
Exactly.
If you don't got a certain amount of money, they tell you, oh, don't make that phone call. They don't got enough money for you. I say, so I don't need to be a financial advisor because I don't need to help these people. It's thousands of you guys. I need somebody where I could go and I could talk to kids. I could talk to somebody's aunt. I could talk to whoever, and they act like you said. Now we could be relatable.
Yeah.
So from there, I said, I'm going to be a financial educator. And I'm going to learn how to now talk this game, but be able to be relatable to where if I need to go put on a suit and talk to a Fortune 500 company, I can do it. If I got to go in the middle of the hood and talk to people that's doing whatever they doing, gang banging, selling dope, whatever it is,
That's right.
I can do it. And I can put it in layman's terms so that you understand exactly what's going on.
And that's the key.
And that's what it
Layman's
is.
terms. That's the key, is being able to discuss things with people and make them feel comfortable while you discuss these personal, important things. Now that's the key.
Exactly.
And I had some of the same practices.
Yeah.
Coming up.
And that's something I always thought was dope. Like, because again, I'm from Chicago, but growing up in Sylmar, Pacoima is your brother neighborhood. Is right next door. You know what I'm saying? It's like all of 5-10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? This was the only cat, really for real, that I would see. If it's more, it's more. But that I would see coming from Sylmar, Pacoima area, really getting on stages, really talking to people, really going to the hood, handing out backpacks and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, you ain't gotta do it, but he getting up doing it. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, that was part of the reason I was like, man, I gotta really sit down. And we talk all the time, but it's like, to really sit down on camera and let people know, like, that's what it's about. It's about getting your bag, running it up, and then giving the game back to your people. Because at the end of the day, like,
gotta teach your people.
It ain't about what you got. It's about what you giving to the next generation.
Well, the only way we're gonna make it is for the next generation to be able to uphold what we got.
Yeah.
Your kids got to know how to uphold. That's what's happening now. A lot of the older, wealthy folks, when they move on, they place those funds into their educated children's or their siblings or whatever hands, but they've been well educated, so they hold on to it.
Yeah.
So the game is cyclical. We just got to get on board.
Man.
And we talk
as
about,
we as a group of people are urban folk.
Yeah.
Got to figure this game out.
That's
man.
a fact.
Yeah.
and we talk about like passing the game, right?
Yeah.
We talk a lot about like, helping our people make money. And I wanted to touch on something because when you start touching on this subject, it gets a little tricky.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? With multi-level marketing or network marketing, right? And, we all have like, some people have negative connotation, but for a person that's in that field, that's really in it for real.
Yeah.
Like, we don't got to dive super deep into it, but I want to kind of touch on that and let people know like what it's really about from somebody who's in it, doing it, you know what I'm saying? And kind of touch on that a little bit, man. Let the people know what's up, man.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And I'm glad you bring that up because we all got the negative connotation, and it's usually because somebody that you know, usually close to you, they tried something and didn't work, and it became a scam, right? It became a pyramid scheme. It became these, and I'm not to say those things aren't out there. But like anything, you have to do your homework with whatever it is you're getting involved in. But what I started to realize with network marketing is I had to understand it towards business. And what I realized is that with network marketing, if you actually break it down and you look at it in a normal setting, I'll never forget. I'm a shoe guy. I'm in Foot Locker, and it's one guy who used to help me all the time. And one day I'm talking to him, and I go, man, I don't mean to be in your pockets. I say, but how much you make here? Because listen, it seemed like he helping me, he helping 5 people at the same time, and he on it, he moving. And he was like, I forget what he said. I think he said like $17 an hour or something like that. And I'm like, you don't get no commissions off all these shoes you make? And he was like, nah, man. He was like, I just come in here. I said, how many pairs of shoes you think you sell a day? He was like, probably somewhere 75 to 100 a day. And I went like this. I said,
perfect salesman.
Listen, I went like this.
Come with
I said, I'm going to give you, no, I don't even hit him like that. Because I don't like to be that guy who's labeled as, I'm just trying to recruit everybody.
Yeah.
So what I just told him, I said, I'm going to just give you an idea. You don't have to take it, run with it, but you can. I go, what if you went to your manager and said, hey, listen, instead of you paying me $17 an hour, just give me $5 off of every pair of shoes that I sell. $5. I said, every pair of shoes about $100 anyway. Just give me $5. And he was like, oh, no, they wouldn't do that. I said, you never know. All it is a question. But I got him thinking now.
Right.
The reason that I use that analogy is because that's what network marketing actually is.
Right.
It is a opportunity to where you go out and you're promoting a product or service in which now, as you sell these products and services, they give you a commission off of what you sold.
Of the product.
So now you're not limited to your time being an hour.
Yeah.
But guess what? I wouldn't even think this way if nobody ever taught me the cash flow quadrant. Right? Nobody ever taught me the left side and the right side of money. I wouldn't know this. See, because we're so stuck and we're so used to the comfort of exchanging time for money.
Yeah, that's
right.
true. Yeah.
Time for money. And that's where I had to kind of say, I had to learn and go, this is what is actually going on. Okay?
Right.
Yeah, this is what's actually going on, and this is why I always tell people, I say, be open to looking at network marketing, because now it's a way where if you don't have an idea or this big business vision, you can now make money off of somebody else's vision, and there's no limitations on how much money you can make. But then also, like anything, if I put you on game and you start making money, why would you not want me to make something if I make it? So now I have the ability to build a team.
Point made.
Exactly,
Let me ask you
right?
this question,
Yes.
man. What if these people that are watching our show want to get in touch with you? It sounds like you got a lot going on. I mean,
Oh yeah.
we gotta get your information out there.
Oh yeah, for sure. Really Instagram.
IG. What's your
IG? Mr. Bo Benett, Bobennett. I tell you right now, I got a bunch of fake pages, so please make sure it's the right one.
Okay.
Mr.Bobennett.
Okay.
Okay, let me make sure, because I noticed my camera. Let me make sure I break it right.
That's right,
So
that's
that's IG is Mr.Bo Benett. That's Mr.Bobennett. If it's 3 T's, it's not me. Okay.
we
So
gonna
make
do
sure that y'all get at me there. I
2
put all the
T's.
information there. And yeah, man, that's my major thing.
Man, we want to thank you, man, for coming on and spreading some of this wealth, and we hope these people get a chance to follow you, man. And I can tell you have a wealth of information and a lot more to talk about.
Oh yeah.
We would love to bring you back on the show.
Whenever, man. Y'all got listen. I'm a phone call away.
Well,
if y'all
Man,
ever,
he got information.
we gotta dive into deeper into the network marketing side, right?
of course.
Deeper into affiliates, because people get it twisted with affiliate programs. That's where it's at for real.
Oh,
you know what I'm
hands
saying?
down.
As a person that got an affiliate program myself with credit repair, that's where it's at. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna do a part 2.
Let's get it.
We saying it right now, right? So look, part
ready.
2.
Part two.
Part 2.
Part two.
We're gonna do it.
Listen,
Bring you back.
I'm locked
Okay,
in. Part
Speaking of
two.
credit
Man.
repair, how can they find
Man, y'all
you?
know, man, credit repair, man. Look, it's Andre Polk on IG all day long. It's Andre Polk, but go to the website, man, polkenterprisecredit.com. Get your credit in position, man. Get your credit in position and get access to some funding, man. You don't gotta use your money from your job. You
Get
working your
some
job. You trying to
money,
stack
man.
all your money. You
a
ain't
fact.
gotta do it.
Okay.
Get in position. Get your credit in position. Get access to some funds and invest, man. Get your bread right, man.
And if-
Y'all know what it is. Andre Polk. It's Andre Polk. You know what it is, man. Ron, man, talk to the people, man. What's up?
Look, if you guys go to him, get the credit, go to him, get the game, come to me and get the loan.
Hey,
And I'm at Real Quest Realty Corp, CORP, on IG. Real Quest Realty Corp. Get with all of us. We all got something to say, something to share. Let's all make money together. Until then, guys, y'all stay tight. Keep listening. Tune in, subscribe, hit the like button. We'll see you on the next show.
I just want vibes.